My sister told our whole book club I was too dramatic about my miscarriage to still be sad 2 years later, so I told them what she said the week it actually happened. We were on the last chapter of a book about a woman who loses a child, and I'd said maybe 2 sentences the whole night. That the ending felt honest. That the part where the woman keeps a hospital bracelet in a drawer felt honest. Deborah asked gently if I was okay. Before I could answer, my sister Rachel laughed. She's fine. She just likes the material. The room went quiet in that specific way. Rachel, I said. What? 2 years, Nora? She set her wine down. At some point it stops being grief and starts being a personality. Rachel, don't. I'm not being cruel. I'm being the only one honest enough to say it. She was barely pregnant. She wasn't even showing. I was 22 weeks. You were dramatic. She said it to the room, not to me, like she was reading a verdict. She's always been dramatic. Ask my mother. Deborah said, Rachel, that's enough. And Rachel kept going anyway, because she always does, and I sat there with my hands flat on my knees and let her finish. Then I said, do you want to tell them what you said to me the week it happened, or should I? Rachel's face didn't change, but her hand did. It went to her glass and stopped halfway. I don't know what you're talking about. October 9th. 2 years ago. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You were medicated. You don't remember anything from that week. That's the thing. I said, I don't have to. I took my phone out. Nora. Her voice dropped out of the party register. Put that away. Deborah said, what's going on? Marcus was in Denver. I said, you all know that. He was in Denver until Sunday. I started bleeding on a Thursday night, and by 2 in the morning it was not the kind of bleeding you wait out. I couldn't drive. Rachel lives 11 minutes from me. This is so inappropriate. I called her 9 times. Nobody was drinking now. She told the family her phone died. I said, she told mom that for 2 years. Her phone died, she was asleep. She'd have come if she'd known. Rachel stood up. We're leaving. Get your coat. Sit down. She sat down. I still don't know why. I put the phone on the coffee table, on the book, and I turned the volume all the way up, and I hit play on a voicemail I have never played for another human being. You could hear music first. A bar or a party, that swimming underwater sound of a lot of people talking at once. And then my sister's voice, close and clear and bored. I can hear you. I'm not doing this tonight. Then mine. Barely a voice. Saying her name, and then saying please, and then saying I'm bleeding, Rachel. I'm on the floor, in a way I had forgotten I was capable of. And Rachel, flat. If it's real, call an ambulance. If it's not, go to bed. Somebody in the room made a sound. I didn't look up to see who. On the recording, there was a rustle, like the phone moving away from her mouth. She didn't hang up. She thought she had. That's the only reason any of it exists. Then a man's voice, a little slurred, a little amused, asking who that was. And my sister laughing, glass ice clinking, her voice bright and easy, and completely unbothered, said nobody. My sister's being dramatic. Then 11 more seconds of music, and it ended. The kitchen clock was very loud. I picked up my phone and I opened the call log, because I have kept that too, screenshotted in 3 places for 2 years. 12:41 a.m., 12:43, 12:44, 12:48, 9 calls. 8 of them went to voicemail after 4 rings. The 7th one says answered 47 seconds. I held it up so Deborah could see. Then I passed it to the woman next to her. It went around that circle the way a photo of somebody's grandkid goes around a circle, hand to hand, and nobody said one word, and Rachel watched it move. I drove myself. I said, I got to St. Luke's at 1:20. I lost her in the parking garage, not in the hospital. In the garage, between the car and the elevator, and a security guard named Anthony held my hand for 40 minutes because there was nobody else. The phone came back to me. I put it in my bag. Rachel's mouth opened. 2 years, I said. You've told everyone I'm dramatic. You told mom. You told Marcus's mother. You told a room of women who bring me casseroles that I like the material. I was drunk, she said. Nora, I was drunk. I didn't. You called it a this. I'm not doing this tonight. She started to cry, and it was loud, and it was ugly, and every woman in that room sat still and watched her do it, and not one of them moved to touch her. Deborah reached across the table and took my hand instead. Her name was Ren, I said. You'd have known that if you'd ever once asked.